Welcome beautiful people, koostiq here, and today I wanted to share with you my thoughts on Starfield main quest. Let's get to it. Haven't seen a lot of people discussing or reviewing main quest of Starfield as a standalone story itself, so I think I'ma do just that. So like any other storytelling art form, this quest has beginning, development, then some characters die, then some mysteries getting unraveled, another characters developing, and then we have climax, and then we have epilogue. Let's start from the beginning and go from there. Basically, you're just a random person who works as a miner and then finds this weird artifact. As we will see in the future, it is not that strange that you found this artifact on some god-forgotten planet. It will happen all the time. This artifact shows you visions that alter your reality, and I wish game showed you small bits of spoilers of what that artifact actually used for and where it will lead you on your journey. Videos for these artifacts are great and all, but they haven't changed my perception of game's reality as I wish they had. Then you meet Barrett, who found this artifact signature somehow and now wants to get it for himself, or rather for Constellation. Sure thing, he was followed by the pirates who can smell the loot from 10 light years away. Eventually, Barrett gives you his ship to go to Constellation HQ while he stays on the planet to help fighting the pirates and defending the miners who stayed on the planet. I know that some people would find this turn of events unbelievable or would feel like they're some kind of superheroes again, like in Skyrim for example, but in my case, I believe those characters, and that is because, first, I wanted to get out of this hellhole with pirates and miners. Second, Barrett seems like the person who always knows what he's doing and always getting lucky at the same time. Third, I found something mystical and perhaps really expensive. My life as a miner will swiftly come to an end. Now, you have arrived at New Atlantis, met Constellation, found out a bit more about those artifacts, and now, in my opinion, comes the weakest part of the main quest. From quest to quest, you get to know your Constellation colleagues better, while doing the same repetitive and boring thing, collecting artifacts and what comes with them. But those quest lines are not only repetitive, they are also very short, so you don't have enough time to really get to know your companions. This is the part where I give advice. Don't rush the main quest, mix it up with other activities while having different companions with you. Because when they finally open up to you, it feels really good and it feels like game universe expanded by a whopping 20 or 30%. They also have their companions quest, which you will never experience if you just rush the story. Now, when you have collected most of the boring artifacts that are chilling somewhere in caves, you get to go and collect the cool ones that are connected to really interesting and captivating quests. You get to experience cyberpunk city of Neon from the point of view of people who pretty much rule the city. You can be civilized and political, you can act as a common mercenary or street rat, it's totally up to you. In another quest, you get to shift between realities while solving trolley problem at the same time. Those quests are cool as hell, they tell you a story in itself, but still progress you towards the ultimate goal of collecting all the artifacts. Now we're almost at the climax of the main quest storyline, and some mysteries finally getting unraveled just to pull a lost on you all over again. When game finally explains to you what all of this was about, you're left with more questions story-wise than you were before. Kinda feels like game makes you ask two questions during your playthrough, then answers just to the latter question and hopes you forget about the former one. And it is disappointing, specifically in sci-fi light of story. On the other hand, I felt like the answer that game gives you answers in both story and gameplay wise, and that is really cool because after all we are playing the game rather than watching a movie or reading a book. And as far as I've heard, game features that are given to you after completing the main quest storyline helps you better understand counterparties that you have fought during the game. And over time you may even find yourself among their lines. Which is also a great example of how writing in video games should be mixed up in game features and mechanics. This was a review on the thing as a whole. Now I'd like to shortly address some components that in my opinion make a story. First, writing and dialogues. To be honest, all of it felt really down to earth, like it's just another day at the office. And from time to time, it really hurts the game immersion and believability. Second, companions. Like a lot of things in Starfield, it takes a lot of time to become good or even great. But I see it as a bad thing, honestly. I know that conversations with your colleagues on the first day on the job are usually shallow and, well, about weather. But Starfield is an entertainment where, using some top-notch writing, some writing techniques, some writing tricks, we can achieve entertainment from the very beginning. Third, gameplay. There are some very dull gameplay moments in the main quest, but there are also some brilliant ones. I mostly like the fact that the game won't push you towards some mechanics that you don't want to do, unless this mechanic is shooting, of course. Overall, I think it's a decent story, definitely not Bethesda's best work, but also by far not the worst. And in the end, who the hell play Bethesda games for main story, right? At least this time around, there are some cool features that come with it. If you want a number, I would say it's a 7 out of 10, and please don't get offended because in my book 7 is pretty good. Thank you for watching, stay curious, and happy gaming!
Click the like button if you liked the video, leave a comment in the comment section below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you would like to see more videos like this one.